Hello, I'm Stefan Kristiansen from Business Solution Group at Formpipe. Today I'm going to showcase our Test and Performance Suite for Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. Our Test and Performance Suite is perfect for your Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation upgrade, allowing you to set up checkpoints and workflows with ease. This means you can quickly test your documents after the upgrade to check their functionality or any changes. Additionally, our suite includes a performance feature that shows you how fast your jobs are printed, which is useful for keeping things efficient. First, I'll show you how to set up checkpoints before upgrading to ensure everything is still working after the upgrade. So a checkpoint is basically a comparison for your documents from before upgrading to after upgrading to make sure that they have the same data and also have the same design on the documents itself. So heading over to Modules, down to Lasernet and into Archive, you will find the latest documents that you have printed out. It's important you print each of the documents you would like to be able to test from after upgrading. So before you upgrade, you print out, for example, a sales confirm, a sales invoice, a packing slip, whichever documents that is crucial for your company to be able to test after the upgrade. Once you've printed them, you will find the documents on the archive list here. You select the documents that you would like to be able to test after the upgrade. So you highlight it here by clicking on it. You click Testing and you click New Checkpoint. Then you say Create. Once you have created the checkpoint now, you need to do this step for each of the documents you like to be able to test after the upgrade. Once you have done that, you can head down to Lasernet again. And now you can go here for Test and Performance Suite and go into the one called Test Checkpoints. On this list now, you will find all the checkpoints you have created. So after upgrading your Dynamics to a newer version, you need to go into this Test Checkpoints section where you will find all your checkpoints. Here you can run each of the documents to make sure that they all are the same after the upgrading. So here on the right side, we have a few settings. For example, you have the one here called Compare PDF. What it actually does is it will make sure that the PDF file will stay the same. So for example, if any data have moved or changed, it will tell you if anything has changed on the design itself. If you don't checkmark it, it will only look at the data inside the report, like table fields and fields. But highlighting this Compare PDF, changing it to active, it will also even look at the PDF files from before upgrading to after upgrading. Let's try and run a test. So click here, Run Test, and run. Now you'll see this window here saying testing by following checkpoints passed and what my checkpoint is called. So if we say close to this one here, we can see here in the log now, testing checkpoint, sales confirmation replacement, PDF comparison, passed, test passed. So it's basically telling us that the PDF file, the PDF itself, looks exactly the same as from before we upgraded, and after upgrade, of course, it looks the same, but even also the data in the report itself has also stayed the same. This is very important so we can see that the PDF has not changed, or the document you printed out is exactly the same as before upgrading to after upgrading. You can also head down to Lasernet, go into Test Flows, and create a test flow. The difference between a checkpoint and flow is that the flow you are able to run multiple checkpoints at the same time. So for example, I could click New here, call it Test, and the description we're also going to call Test. Then we can add down here on checkpoints, we can click New, and you can add all the checkpoints you would like it to run at the same time. Once you have created them and selected all the checkpoints you would like, you can say Run Test. And now you can see that actually the only difference that is happening is it went from, instead of running the checkpoint itself, just one checkpoint here, it's actually now running the flow, which contains multiple checkpoints. And you can say Run. In the end, it will give you the same result, but here you're just able with one click to run, for example, 10 checkpoints at the same time, instead of running one by one. And as you can see again, we are getting the result here, and you would be able to see all the results from the different checkpoints of the list. You can also go down to Lasernet and find here test results. So for example, if you ran a flow with 10 different checkpoints inside it, you will find all the results in here one by one. Each of the documents will be listed here. Next, we'll explore UX testing, which will ensure your Dynamics workflows are performing optimally. So when creating task recordings in Microsoft Dynamics, if you go up here in the option wheel and click Task Recorder, you will be able to create a recording which we can actually save into our Test and Performance Suite. So let's try and create one. Create recording. Let's call it Sales Order Testing. Start. Now we can go to all sales orders. We can do a performer confirmation. And we could just print it directly to Lasernet screen. Now we will have a test flow, which is actually opening up the sales orders. It goes and click performer confirmation, and it will print to Lasernet screen. You would maybe have something more advanced or less advanced, but what we are able to do now is we can say stop recording, save, here, Lasernet create UX test. And now this test flow here is actually being able to be run by us over and over again. So for example, after upgrading, or well, before upgrading, you could create a lot of different test flows you want to make sure is actually working even after upgrading. So after upgrading, you will have all these different UX testers here, which you will be able to actually run over and over again, and even multiple at the same time. For example, if I clicked on Run Test, we can say how many parallel runs would you like. So we could make it like run this flow here 100 times at the same time. Keep in mind it uses the resources in the machine you are sitting on. So of course it would also, if you have a whole machine, it would take longer time to run 100 jobs versus one. But if I ran just one here and said OK, you can now see that it's doing all the steps that I was just doing over and over and again. So for example, if you were creating a sales order or any workflow that is very important for your company, you could save them all here in UX test and run them multiple times to make sure that all your workflows are working after the upgrade. This is a very important tool in our Test and Performance Suite, so you are able to rerun all your important processes for your company to make sure that they still work after upgrading your Dynamics. For more information, or you'd like to trial out the Test and Performance Suite, please reach out to our sales team at sales@formpipe.com.